All right. Test, 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 test. Hello, 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 hello. Fix this. Right. We also need chat. Go. All right, good morning. Welcome to Manhunt. Today is, what is today? It's Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. It is April 1st today. Don't worry, I won't be doing any April Fooling here. Don't have to stress about that. We keep things very serious as we play video games and read the Bible at the same time. But yeah, this is a daily Bible study devotional. We get together, we read a chapter of the Word, and we attempt to play Elden Ring at the same time. And it goes okay, I think. So today, we've made it to the Skedu Alto, or the Shadow Alto, depending on where you're from, if you're from Old England. I think we've already been here. I think we may have found a way around to get to this area. Morning, Bull. Welcome in, man. How are you this morning? Did you get some good rest?
Did you feel it? Mikula the Kind's enchantment, but while my devotion by my troth, I am not Snow White. I can wield my sword. I should have thought of...
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so this morning we're going through Job. We're going to go through 29 and 30. I did. I'm very grateful for it. How's this morning treating you? I woke up at 4 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep. So it was going all right. It was going all right. All right, Job 29 and 30. Very, very interesting. They show two versions of the same man. In 29, Job remembers the days that he was respected, he was influential, he was like secure and deeply aware of God's favor. And then Donnie, what's up, man? Welcome in. Happy you're here. And then chapter 30 flips that on its head and talks about the exact opposite, how he is mocked, abandoned, physically broken, and feels God has turned against him. So I think one of the things that stands out to me here as we head into this chapter is like sometimes what hurts the most isn't just like the loss, but it's remembering what you used to be. You know, that's kind of where Job is at. So I'm looking forward to it. Before we get into that, we're going to go in through our daily proverb as well as our gratitude for the day. We go through three things we're grateful for every day. Jim Reaper, thanks for following, man. I appreciate it. Because we want to end our course with Thanksgiving, which we're called to do. What's down here? AJ, thanks for liking the live, man. I don't want to head straight into them. I think this is Mesmer's area. I mean, we need to go somewhere else. Problem is I don't know where. Josh, welcome in, man. All right, Proverbs 12:1, proverb of the day. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. So, good proverb for the morning. Uses the word stupid in there, which is great. All right, let's see. I don't know how to get anywhere. It looks like this is all cliffside here. Maybe we'll traverse over to this area and see what's going on there. Let's do that. All right, gratefulness for the day, gratitude. We spent a ton of time these last 2 days at work. We've been moving locations. Wow, an air dancer. What does that do? That's so cool. Thank you so much. AJ, I really appreciate it, man. My name's TJ. So that's great. Thank you, dude. That's huge. That's awesome. But we did get moved, and I'm very, very grateful. It was a very intense couple of days. But we're moved. It looks like trash, but we're over there. So our company is now in a different location, which is great. Let's go see what's over here. Okay, we're fine. Didn't know if that was like a living being. Hold on. We're just running straight past them. What is this? They don't look very nice. These people don't look very nice. I'm excited also. I'm grateful for a new month. So I'm thankful for that. Thankful that we get to start off fresh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Hold on. We need to get like some sort of projectile. Some sort of projectile piece for magic. Heal from afar. That's cool. Sweet. Finally, my third thing that I'm grateful for, going into my conversation with Bull just a second ago, is very, very grateful for... Yeah, Easter is coming up, Donnie. That's a good one as well. I'll steal that one for a couple days from now. We got to do this every day. I have a king-size bed. That's the third thing I'm grateful for. It's huge, and I'm very, very grateful. Yo, bro, should I do the Halig tree before Ashen Capital? I think you should, yes. Ashen Capital is after you burn the... What's it called? It's after you burn the Erd tree, right? Toward the end. I think you should do Halig tree, yeah. Thank you for that daisy. Big bet is for sure a blessing. It is. It is a huge blessing, and I'm very, very grateful. Okay, quick recap for anyone who hasn't been here. We're going to update on Job. Giovanni, welcome in, dude. Yes, we were talking about Job. God. Emily, yo, welcome. All right, so we're going through quick recap. Whoop, that's the wrong button. Don't look at that. Another day on Elden Ring. Yes. What was I here? There we go. Recap. As someone who's working nights, big bed, and blackout curtains. Yeah, dude. That's great. I used to work nights. Well, I don't know if you could call it nights. I worked, what just happened? Did you guys see that? There's a lot of fog all at once. I used to work like 3 a.m. And yes, we are multi-streaming. It is going good. We're about to read Job chapters 29 and 30. Maybe 31, probably not. But it's possible. We'll see what happens. Hello. All right. Emily, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Okay, quick recap. Up to this point of Job. In the book of Job, Job, the man the book is written about, has lost everything, right? His children, his wealth, his health, and he's about to talk about even his standing, right? He spent chapter after chapter arguing with his friends who insist that suffering must be punishment for sin. So he's been defending... Well, there's a lot of birds right there. It's kind of scary. He's been defending his integrity to them and also trying to get them to console him on the fact that he's literally in the midst of immense suffering and pain. And they're just trying to back up their defense of why he must have done something wrong. Yeah, Emily, I haven't figured out how to do that yet. We're getting there, though. We've got to get follower alerts going. I actually have them turned on, but they don't seem to work. So that's why I just say, hey, Emily, thank you for following. But we'll get there. We'll continue to get better and better. I just don't have a lot of extra time outside of this literal like hour that I'm on here. Yeah, doing my work, and we've got 5 kids, and one's brand new, so we're adjusting to life. But I do very much appreciate follows as they come in. Thank you so much. Oh, hold on, we're going to die. Hold on. Okay, so Job comes back. He holds his ground, and he's challenging their kind of oversimplified understanding of God. There is a YouTube gold button behind you? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. That'd be cool, though. I think I have like 200 subscribers on YouTube, so I don't think there is. Are you talking about this little picture of a bird on my left side? That's just a picture of a bird. Yeah, it's nothing special. All right, so he essentially kind of tears down their simplistic theology. He defends his integrity and even kind of wrestles deeply with the mystery of wisdom. That's what we just got done reading, right? here at the end of the chapter. Now in chapters 29, 30, Job stops arguing for a moment, and he does something where he essentially like remembers how life used to be, and then looks at and compares that to how life is today. So with that, we're going to hop into Job chapter 29 right now, as we have to wade through a bunch of poison. Gratefully, though, there's only these birds here, which they don't seem too hard to wipe out. How many swings does he get? Uh-oh. Okay, we got him. We got him. All right, Job 29, verse 1. And Job again took up his discourse. Hold on. I don't know if you can say the name of the other apps in the comments, but do you stream on... Yeah, we do, Castro. Welcome in. We're on most. Most of the ones that aren't like vague or... We're on green, purple, and red. We'll say it that way. How did that... Do they have poison on their feet? I don't know that it's so. I keep hearing this thing where you're not allowed to say the other names, but I've like accidentally said names multiple times, and nothing seems to have ever come negatively from it. I could be wrong. All right. Job takes up his discourse and said, "Oh, that I were as in the months of old, as in the days when God watched over me, when his lamp shone upon my head, and by his light I walked through darkness." Hold on. I got to see where we're at. Okay, we're fine. We're going to head this way then. No, wait, we're going this way. So, when God actually watched over me, when I was secure in his presence, when I could walk in darkness with no people with 1K viewers say YouTube and Twitch all the time and nothing happens, brother. Yeah, that's what I figured. Thanks, Bradley. Thanks for the clarification. There are a lot of people who are very concerned about it. Hold on. Oh, we can. Barbell Bull says you can say them. You're not supposed to promote them. Oh, quick. Hey, I think you've been here before, right? Welcome back. Yeah, man, we believe in the Bible. That's what we're going to read here this whole time. You're welcome to stay. If it's not for you, you don't have to. But we're going to be going through Job, talking about suffering. All right. When his lamp shone upon my head, and by his light I walked through darkness, as I was in my As I was in my prime, when the friendship of God was upon my tent, when the Almighty was yet with me. Right, so we're seeing this contrast of I feel as though I've been abandoned, but I remember a day when I walked humbly before the Lord, and I knew that he was with me. I knew that he was watching over me. And things have seemed to change. Thanks, Castro. Appreciate it. All right. And then he steps into remembering his children. When my children were all around me, when my steps were washed with butter. This is not a weird, awkward statement. This is just literally saying when I had abundance, right? When I had abundance. Hey, we're not doing I'm not like buying designer stuff right now. We're just reading the Bible. If you want to stay for that, that's great. Yeah, quick. That's what we're reading about right now. Yep. Feel free to join us. Look at this. It's a cool area. All right. When my steps were washed with butter, when I had abundance, and the rock poured out for me streams of oil. Thanks, Frodo. Appreciate it, man. When I went out to the gate of the city, when I prepared my seat in the square, the young men saw me and withdrew. The aged rose and stood. The princes refrained from talking and laid their hand on their mouth. How much do I need to level up? 122. Okay. The voice of the nobles was hushed, and their tongue stuck to the roof of their mouth. Heavenly Breaths, good morning, man. Welcome back. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. All right. So essentially, he was honored. He was revered. Yeah, Frodo, I appreciate that. Or is it Fredo? Oh, it's Fredo. I'm kind of half blind, so I apologize, guys, if I read your usernames wrong. But Fredo or Fredo, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And Bull says, hey, it's even better if you follow along with your own Bibles. That's probably true, because I get kind of a little janky with how I read, so that probably is accurate. Probably is. Okay, so he was well-respected, well-renowned. He was honored in the community. The gates of the city is a constant theme throughout the Bible. Sonder, thank you so much for following. Buggy's out here being like the local class clown. That's great. All right. Frito, thanks for following, man. Okay. So the gates of the city were an area where justice was served and where the elders of the town would all come together. So this kind of phrasing that he's using here is essentially a callback to I was highly honored in all my area. Buggy D Clown. Thanks for following, man. Hold on. We got to wipe him out. Here, we'll use our backhanded blade so we're not using the Bloodhound's Fang. It's kind of terrible on horseback, though. Let's go down this way first, then we'll go up the hill. All right. Oh, my goodness. I'm struggling. We're getting it back. All right. The voice of the nobles was hushed, and their tongues stuck to the roof of their mouth. So people would be quiet in honor of him. That's essentially what he's saying here. It's a different culture, so bear that in mind. He's not saying that he was going to shut them up or kill them if they did anything wrong. He's just saying they would literally honor and respect him. He was upheld in high esteem at the time. When the ear heard, it called me blessed, and when the eye saw, it approved, because I delivered the poor who cried for help, and the fatherless who had none to help him. The blessing of him who was about to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. So he's giving us one of the earliest depictions of what Jesus characterizes as a perfect religion, right? Become one of the new deacons of the church. Oh, that's sweet, Buggy. Deacons are very important. Noah, thank you for following. Appreciate it. This is weird. We haven't seen one of these since we got in here. He's letting me get a lot of hits in. Nope. Move. We got him. We're not even... I need to let my stamina regen. We did it. Well done, everybody. That was the biggest... Oh, Buggy, thank you so much for the Rosa. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. We're going to die. Hold on. That was just lucky. I should have gotten hit there. Sorry, what I was saying is this is one of the earliest depictions of what Jesus calls perfect religion, right? Looking after orphans and widows in their distress. And so him showcasing this is him showcasing his understanding and his knowledge of what brought about his honor and respect, right? I had all this honor, authority, and respect in this time, and a big part of it is because of the way that I honored God in the way he wanted to be honored, right? Okay, sounds good, Quick. I hope you have a good day, man. Come back tomorrow. Hold on, we're going to die here. He's doing some serious attacking. Ouch. Oh, I thought I was damaged. I'm not. This guy seems to have a lot more health than the other guy did. Oh, we're close. We got him. Good job, everybody. Okay, so he's delivered the poor who cried for help, the fatherless who had none to help him. The blessing of him who was about to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My justice was like a robe and a turban, something he always wore out, right? His justice and his righteousness. I was eyes to the blind and feet to the lame. I was a father to the needy, and I searched out the cause of him whom I did not know. I broke the fangs of the unrighteous and made him drop his prey from his teeth. So, a few things that I would like to call out here. This is really interesting to me. So he's remembering his days of old, and he's not only pointing to the fact that he was honored and respected, he's pointing to why he was honored and respected. And a huge part of it is because he actually took care of the needy, the poor. This man did actual ministry to those in true need, right? He didn't just practice like some sort of perfect sacrificial system. That's not what he was doing. He was understanding the heart of what God is calling his people to do, which is to take care of those in need and to uplift them and to tear down those who are holding people back or are oppressing other people. And that's an interesting perspective to take as well, is Job's understanding of righteousness, which God clarifies and backs up, right? God is like, hey, there is no one like Job on the face of the earth. So we know that Job's understanding of righteousness is correct, probably more correct than ours. And a part of that is him being somebody who would literally tear the teeth from like human predators, essentially, is what he's saying. The people who take advantage of others, right? He would break the fangs of the unrighteous and made him drop his prey from his teeth. So an aspect of taking care of the poor, the widow, the orphan, anyone who's taken advantage of, is to be strong enough to defend them against those who are coming against them, which I find super interesting. And then also to take care of those people, right? That's a huge part of what he views as what led to not only his righteousness before God, but his upholding by the people. The people respected and honored him because he would do all these things, because they could look to him in times of need. They could look to him when there were people around them that needed help, and he would help take care of them. John Ronson, thank you for following. Sounds like a very cool American name. All right. Then I thought, we're back in the book. We're at verse 18, Job 29. Then I thought, I shall die in my nest. Hold on, we're going to drop here. There we go. I shall multiply my days as the sand, my roots spread out to the waters, with the dew all night on my branches. Oh, hold on. This guy's trying to play games with me. So, what is this guy? Man, he does damage, dude. It's cool. This is who Job was tearing the teeth out from. Those big, giant, huge teeth right there. Zach, good morning, man. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. Dude, these guys are doing like crazy damage. I'm going to have to sneeze here in a second. Okay, so Job was looking at this and being like, in my head, I thought that this was going to carry on for the entirety of my... That's insane. They do a lot of damage. For the entirety of my life, right? I shall die in my nest where I've set up this place that I've begun to live. Oh, hey, Mustards. Thank you so much for following 7 minutes ago. I'm sorry I didn't see it. Emily very well pointed out that my alerts don't work, which is true. So... John, give us your best. Thank you for calling Expedia. This is John Ronson. Something like that. I'm just kidding. Sorry. I think your name is great, and I don't think it's just a call center name. I think you can be whatever you want to be, John. Whatever you want. Okay, so I shall die in my nest. I shall multiply my days as the sand. Whoops, I'm getting off my horse. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Everyone calm down. It's going to be okay. Is he going to fire again? And he nailed it. Oh, and I died. I lost it all. Yes, I did. I did catch that. They do pick very American names. That's true. All right, I shall multiply my days in the sand, my roots spread out to the waters, right? I'm going to be taking care of all the rest of my life. I did not worry at this time. I thought that everything would work out with the dew all night on my branches, my glory fresh with me, my bow ever new in my hand. So this idea when we talk about roots spreading to water, it's sustenance. When we talk about his bow, it is food. So water and food, these life-giving nutrients, right? This idea that everything was working out well for him. Everything was taken care of. He didn't have to stress or fret. His life was going to be long and perfect. He was able to take care of people. He had plenty in order to take care of any widow, any orphan that would need any help. And he was honored by the people in the city for that, right? He was the spitting image of everything that his friends said he would have if he was righteous. And that's what he's saying here. I remember the days when I believed what you said were true. What's up, X-Man? Welcome in, man. Happy you're here. Right? My glory was fresh in me. I never had lack. I never had any issues. Hold on. He's going to fire and okay, we're behind the wall. We should be good. We should be good. We're not going back. All right, then he says, men listened to me and waited and kept silent for my counsel. Right now, I can't even get you guys to listen to me for 2 minutes about how I'm not evil. You say that I must have done something horribly wrong. I can't even get you to listen to my defense. You just keep on defending yourself and then getting offended when I say that I'm not in the wrong here. This boar. These guys are like little glass cannons. They do tons of damage, but they die super easy. Look, here's another one. We did it. We made it through the valley of the shadow of death, right? We don't have to fear any evil. All right, after I spoke, they did not speak again, right? Not like you guys. Not like you guys are doing right now. His friends, not you guys in the chat. But what his friends wouldn't listen to anything he said, and they would. But after I spoke before, they did not speak again, and my words dropped upon them. They waited for me as for the rain, right? My words would give them fulfillment. Ooh, you're off Friday and Saturday? That's cool, man. That's awesome. That is something to look forward to. I like it. Toki Man, thank you for following, dude. I appreciate it. Really, really do. All right. They waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouths as for the spring rain. I smiled on them when they had no confidence, and the light of my face they did not cast down. So I was somebody that people would look up to, that they would look for fulfillment from. They would look for me to give them their feeling of satisfaction, right? They wanted to see me happy. What's up? How's it going? Well, it's going good, man. How are you? We're just reading Job right now. What are these things? Looks blood-based. I keep doing this thing where I come over to somewhere like this and I take one of these and I end up in a totally different spot. I think I'm fine right now. That was useless. It was very useless. I smiled on them when they had no confidence, and the light of my face they did not cast down. I chose their way and sat as chief, and I lived like a king among his troops, like one who comforts mourners. People looked up to me. I honored and respected people. They respected me. What is my favorite chapter? Oh, like book of the Bible? That's a good question. I don't know. I have like books of the Bible that I appreciate. Oh, man. Josh, you're about to expose my ignorance, man. Since I started having kids, I have not been following sports. And even before that, I wasn't great at following sports. I'd follow college football. My boys are getting to an age now where we started watching the Ducks together. But I'm not the guy, man. I wish I was. Oh, he talked about God and against LGBTQ, so they waived him. I don't know the context. How do I feel about that? I think that any time that a man stands up for his convictions, he's going to suffer to the degree at which his conviction is against the current culture. And we have to be okay with that. I mean, we have like the lightest form of that even here. Well, not against it, but against the NBA celebrating Pride Month. Yeah, I mean, I guess what I would say is if that guy has that conviction, I'm grateful that he stood up for it. Divine Bird Warrior Ornis. I think that's our new summon. But I don't know the context, so I don't feel confident talking through that. That's one TikTok you've seen. Nice. Okay, life application real quick for... Well, actually, we'll hop into Job 30, and then we'll come back to life application for both, because I think it's a good contrast for itself. All right. Job 30. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure nothing else comes through. But now they laugh at me. So this is what I was experiencing before. Everyone looked up, honored me, respected me, and now we take a hard left turn. What's down there? That looks dark. Scary. All right. Let's figure out a way back down. And then we'll keep reading. I can't super well... Am I going to... Oh, no. We're close, though. We're close. Thou art inexcusable. Thank you. Appreciate that. How do I get down? Oh, probably back down this. There we go. All right, now they laugh at me. Men who are younger than I, whose fathers I would have disdained, right? I don't even respect their dads. And these sons are coming. I never read the Bible, but I've heard your good words, and I do believe in God and Jesus, but should read. Dude, that's what we're doing this morning. Oh, these guys are going to destroy me. I got to get out of here. I can't. The needles things I'm not a fan of. That's what we're doing here, man. Just stay here. We read it every single morning. I'm literally just word for word reading a chapter or two. Zach says, so what's next after Elden Ring? I don't really know, man. That's a good question. I don't know. That might be a community decision. We have to find something, though, like when we're looking for a game, the reason that I'm playing things like Elden Ring or FromSoft games, Sekiro, I've thought about, Bull. It might be... Like, Elden Ring is hard enough to kind of keep the pace going. Good morning, Erich Fun. Erich, good to see you, man. Appreciate you. Monster. I have each one of them. So I've got a PlayStation and Xbox. I'm on PC right now, so it doesn't really matter which console it's on. We could do any. I don't have a Switch 2, but we do have a Switch that we use. Ever played Bloodborne? Yes, of course. That's part of the reason I'm playing these games is because these are my favorite games. I enjoy them a lot. Yeah, Donnie. Yeah, same way. A lot of that's just because I stream from it. I haven't picked up a capture card for consoles, so that's main reason. I have thought about moving to a console and using a capture card because there's times where this PC struggles to do all of this. Yeah, here's the thing. So it's got to be, and Lies of P might be good. It's got to be something that doesn't have too much character dialogue, because if there's too much character dialogue, it's not going to be possible to consistently read the word as we're going through it. It's also got to be something that's not so unfamiliar and so focus necessary. Of course, I say that we're playing Mrs. Bull. Welcome in. Good morning. It's got to be something that I don't have to give every ounce of attention to, and I can still read while we're doing it. So we got to figure that out. Zach, yeah, Bloodborne's super good. It's one of my favorites. I tend to believe that once I figured, Sekiro started out as my least favorite Souls game I've ever played, and then shifted to my most favorite over time. Jordan Alexander, welcome in. Happy to have you here. Just go farm RuneScape. All AFK gaming, basically. I've never played RuneScape before. Never have. All right, we got to keep reading a little bit. We're going to run out of time. All right, so they laugh at me. Men who are younger than I, whose fathers I would have disdained to set with the dogs of my flock. Oh, sorry. I would have disdained them to set with the dogs of my flock. So RuneScape sucks. Thanks, Lazarus. Morning, Pops. Welcome in, man. It's good to have you here. Thank you for following yesterday. I got a notification of that, and I appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. I don't miss those days. Yeah, growing up, I was kind of sheltered, so we didn't play like RuneScape or anything like that. I had a great growing up. What all Souls games have you played? There is, I don't know, I mean, there are some Souls likes I have not played. I've played all the Souls games. Everything FromSoft made outside of any of the Armor Core games I've played. I do a little gaming detox every once in a while, and RuneScape is the game of choice. Oh, cool. Nice. That's awesome. All right, we're back. We're in Job 30, and starting in verse 2. So, these young men, they mock me, right? That's what he's saying. Those who, even their fathers, I would have disdained. What does that say? Hold on. I'm getting distracted every time. There isn't a way past the wall. There is a way past the wall. We'll get there. Armored Core is a missed gem. Well, maybe we'll try that at some point. I just have so little, like, what used to happen is I would wake up early, because I naturally woke up early, and I would play video games. That's what I would do. And then I felt called to start doing this, which some people say this is sinful, and I don't agree, but that's all right. But now I don't have, like, any time. So I essentially, like, this is what I do in the morning with you guys, and then I go to work, and then I watch my kids, and then every once in a while I'll hop on with Bull. Oh, nothing, Donnie. We're not getting into that. We get into that conversation probably. If you come back every day, once, probably twice a week, we're going to get into a conversation with somebody about how gaming is not okay. So it'll be fun. Just stay here, and you'll get to see it. Gage, thanks for following, man. Yeah. We're also called not to judge another man's servant. There's a lot of stuff in there. What was that? How do we get into this room? We've got to figure out how to get in. Hold on. This guy's got a bunch of runes. What does this say? Seek behind ruins. If this is the way you are fruitful and spread the gospel, so be it. Thanks, Donnie. It's been so long I don't remember how to get in this room. Thanks, Pops. I think it's back here somewhere. I think we have to do... Maybe it's that way. I don't think so, though. I think it's around... I don't know. We got to find it somewhere. Crawl under, maybe? Like, get down on my hands and knees? I don't know if there's that. I don't know if there's a button for that. I thought you had to, like, climb up one of these walls and hop over. Like, from, like, here or something. Hold on. That seems too far. Nope, it's not. We did it. Way to go, everybody. And then there's, like, a clear hole right here. Is this where we should have come in? No, that's down low for them. We're all right. All your doctrine is sound. You don't give me the pit in my stomach. Oh, okay. Almost time for you to go, X-Men. All right, I'll read faster so you get your Bible reading in for the day. All right. Hold on, I got to kill this dog real quick. Yeah, we're all right. We're all right. There was a little hole in the wall. I figured out the way around it, though. You know? We got there. Like Pop said, jump over. That's exactly right. All right. What could I gain from the strength of their hand? Men whose vigor is gone. Through want and hard hunger, they gnaw the dry ground by night. In waste and desolation, they pick saltwort and the leaves of bushes and the roots of the bottom of the tree for their food. They are driven out from human company. They shout after me as after a thief. So the lowest of the low. Good morning, Brian from Indianapolis. That's in Indiana, right? I'm still correct. It's good to have you, man. Welcome in. Happy you're here. All right, so these are the lowest of the low, and he's gone from being honored by the greatest of the great to being brought down to the lowest and being mocked by the lowest of people, being hunted down by them. I think I can drop on the... Yeah. Yeah, we're all right. I'm going to get off this horse for a minute, I think. There we go. We're good. Hey, something good. Did it. All right. In the gullies of the torrents they must dwell, in holes of the earth and of the dry rocks. Among the bushes they bray, under the nettles they huddle together, a senseless, a nameless brood. These people are terrible. That guy was just sitting there alone. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have done that. Senseless, nameless brood. They have been whipped out of their land, and now I have become their song. I am a byword to them. They abhor me. They keep aloof from me. They do not hesitate to spit at the sight of me, because God has loosed my cord and humbled me. God has brought me low. It is God that has done this. And y'all, that is the reality. God allowed this. He brought it up. He did cause this. Without God's permission and approval to the adversary, to the accuser, this would not have happened. And that is something to wrestle with, right? We have people coming in here talking about how can God be good and all this stuff happen. Oh man, I do not like these guys at all. Hold on. Nope. My goodness, that was crazy. That was crazy. All right. So God has loosed my cord and humbled me. They have cast off restraint in my presence. Just put me back inside. Please put me back inside. That'd be great. On my right hand, the rabble rise. They push away my feet. They cast up against me their ways of destruction. They break up my path. They promote my calamity. These people are excited at my downfall. See you later, X-Man. Thanks for being here. Brian, we're reading from Job at chapter 30 right now. We're right around verse 12 or 13. They push away my feet. They cast up against me their ways of destruction. They break up my path. They promote my calamity. They need no one to help them. Hold on, I got lost again. Where was the way back into that? Is that the building? Oh, yeah, that is. We got to go back around there. I don't see the hole in the wall. Don't see it. We're going to go back to that hopping spot that we just found. We're going to use it again. We'll go back up. Oh, man. Did I just get lucky that one time I made that? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold on. Everybody, it's going to be okay. We're going to get there. I need to stop double jumping. That's my problem. I can't make it back up. Can't do it. I tried. Someone's telling me there's a hole in the wall somewhere. We can go there. What do these things say? Up ahead. Oh, it does tell me. Hold on. All right, we made it. Okay. They cast up against me their ways of destruction. They break up my path. They promote my calamity. Hold on, get up. Still can't make it. That worked so well before, and it's not working at all now. Jumping ahead. Jumping ahead. All right. They're acting like you can make it up over here. I can't. I've lost all ability to use this horse for anything of precision. Let's get these guys out of the way real quick. There we go. Is it telling me to jump from there to there? Oh my goodness, man. This is tough. I've never used a controller in my life before. This is my first time. Nope. Didn't make it still. Didn't make it still. There's a hole in the wall in the back. Thanks, Pay. Where at? Over this way? Am I just an idiot? There is a hole in the wall. There's one right here. You're right. Hey, good call. That's why Pay's here. Pay's here to help us figure out how to play the most rudimentary game and not overthink it. All right, we're back. We're back in action. Way to go, everybody. Thank you so much. All right, back to the book. Back to the book. We're reading through Job. We're in chapter 30. And Bull just went live. As through a wide breach they come, amid the crash they roll on, terrors are turned upon me. My honor is pursued as by the wind, and my prosperity has passed away like a cloud. And now my soul is poured out within me. Days of affliction have taken hold of me. The night racks my bones, and the pain that gnaws me takes no rest. There is no end to my suffering. I am looked down upon all, even the lowest of the low, even the people that I would have no respect and honor for. And everything is against me because God has humbled me. Stuff like this on TikTok is the reason I started going back to church last year. That's awesome, Troy. That's great, man. I love to hear that. I do not want to fight this guy. See his reach? Look at that. That's insane. We're going to go up here. He's going to follow us in here and kill us. But we're going to have this thing by the time he does. Troy, thank you so much for following, man. Two-handed sword talisman. The delay is what gets me every time. That's awesome, Troy. Super glad to hear it. Man, I'm happy to have you here. We're finishing up Job chapter 30 right now. All right. With great force, my garment is disfigured. It binds me about like the collar of my tunic. What is that? What are you riding? It's a horse called Torrent in the game. He's the only horse you can ride in the game. He's a sweet horse. Look at that. I don't think there's anything to do here, but I think that's it. Did we just finish that area? We don't really need to go back. XQV13R, thank you so much for following. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Okay, so God has cast me into the mire, and I have become like dust and ashes. I cry to you for help, and you do not answer me. I stand, and you only look at me. You have turned cruel to me. With the might of your hand, you persecute me. You lift me up on the wind. You make me ride on it, and you toss me about in the roar of the storm. For I know, hold on, what does this say? Be wary of south. No, I'm going to go to the south. We're not wary of anything. You've turned cruel to me, the mighty hand. You persecute me. You lift me on the wind. For I know that you will bring me to death and to the house appointed for all living. You're going to take me down where everyone goes at the end of their life. Yet does not one in a heap of ruin stretch out his hand and in his disaster cry out for help. I know where I'm headed, but don't I still have the right to call out for help, to cry out to you, for you to answer me and to listen to me and to take away my reproach, take away my anguish? This guy's way stronger. We got that one. We did it. Kevin, not that I'm aware of, no. But if you want to hang out here, we're reading the Bible. You're welcome to be here. All right. Okay. Did I not weep for him whose day was hard? Right? Was I not looking out for anybody else that was going through hard times? And he just got done talking about in the days of things going well. Oh, Bull said, shh, I missed that. Sorry, man. In his days going well, he did take care of those who were in need, those who struggled. And now he's calling out and being like, what do I have instead? Right? Why is this not going for me the way that it went when I was doing all this good? And now everything's been stripped away. Everything's been taken. Cub, welcome in, man. Happy to have you here. Gotta find. Here we go. That's good. That's what we need. That's what we need. Cup, thanks for the heart, me man. I appreciate it. All right. Was my soul not grieved for the needy? But when I hoped for good, evil came, and when I waited for light, darkness came. My inward parts are in turmoil and never still. Days of affliction come to me. I go about darkened, but not by the sun. I stand up in the assembly and cry for help. I am a brother of jackals and and a companion of ostriches. My skin turns black and falls from me, and my bones burn with heat. What was that? Oh, was it this guy? My bones burn from heat. My lyre is turned to mourning, and my pipe to the voice of those who weep. Everything good in my life has turned sour and bad. And God has humbled me to the point of the end, right? So there's this contrast of I was looking back to what life used to be. I was honored and respected. People looked up to me. They honored me. I took care of people. I helped them. Now I have nothing to give, nothing to help with. Everything has been taken from me, and I am hated by even the people who are low on the earth, who are not good men. I'm hated by even them, and no one defends me. No one upholds my honor. And even you, my best friends who are all talking to me at once, who came all this way, tell me that you won't even sit here and defend my honor either, right? Oh my goodness, this dog's gonna... There we go. We got him. We got him. First try. First try. All right. Life application piece here, because we do not have time to go into 31. I gotta run away from these skulls. We got that one. Oh, there's another guy. What do we got? Nothing super good. What does it say? Still no. Okay. Spirit gravestone? What do those do? Is this a dead end? Looks like it. Looks like it. Yep. All right. Life application piece here. What are we on? I think. I got hotkeys now. Got hotkeys. It's great. I think a big thing here throughout this, and there's a lot of repetitive pieces throughout the book of Job, and I think that's okay. It's great. Part of what Job defines is what grieving looks like and what suffering looks like, and the fact that it's okay for us to grieve in flaw. Like a big part, like life application for me in some of this is like, man, there are times where life is just going to be rough, and it's okay to grieve the way that things used to be, right? There is something clarifying about that, about the fact that God does not hold it against us to look back and to say, hey, here's what my life was like. It was good before. Here's the things that I was able to do and accomplish and be. And I don't know where this goes, but I'm very intrigued. Hold on. I'm going to die. Oh, close. I got to get off the horse now. That's a far drop. Okay. Almost died. But sometimes suffering includes grieving seasons that are gone. Right? And a big thing for me that I've learned in my past is that identity can become deeply tied to what we used to be and what we used to have. And we see that in the pain of what Job is dealing with, right? There's this identity that is bound into what he was, what he had, and what he was able to do with what he had. And now that all of that's stripped away, like his identity is also gone. Shukudi, thanks for sharing the live, man. I appreciate that. Also, our past fruitfulness still has value, right? Even if it's in the past, there is It is still valuable. What is this? Oh, this is so cool. Look at this. Jesus saved us by faith in him. I love Jesus. Amen. He did. It's good, Tanner. Appreciate it. Amen, amen, amen. Off topic, but I just finished Numbers. Nice. What are you heading to next? You going straight through? Donnie, what's your next book? Richard, thanks for following, man. Straight through. Nice. That's awesome. Then you're going to be, what, Deuteronomy next? Good morning, Richard. These guys are not very nice. We got to get out of here. Cover to cover. Chakudi, thank you for following, man. I have not played Helldivers 2. No. Maybe someday. Started Genesis. Nice. Genesis is awesome. You guys want to know something interesting? We're in life application, peace and clothing. We only have a couple minutes left. Something I find super interesting that's compelling to me, and I'm kind of a nerd with some of this stuff, so it may not be compelling to anybody else but me. But man, if you take the timeline from the creation of the world, and you just take, because the Bible talks about the ages of people, how long they lived and where they were at. So take the beginning of creation and go forward through the story of the Bible, right? If you do that, and then you take a timeline and you say, okay, from Jesus coming to the earth to today, if I take that timeline, the 26 years, and I move that back to creation, right? Follow with me here. This is a long thing. My plan is to start the New Testament and then read the Old Testament. That's a great place to start, Tanner. That's awesome. The New Testament is it's helpful. I think it brings some phase. The Old Testament is massively important, but the New Testament is helpful as well. Train, thank you so much. I think you're talking to me. If you're talking to me, I appreciate it, man. Bro Richard is always teaching me new things about the Bible. Sweet. Is it the Richard that's here? Because that's cool. You guys are here together. Read all the Gospels, then go back for sure the Old Testament. Yes, sir, every morning. Yeah. Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. Okay, so quick thing. So if we take the 2026 years, right, from Christ to now, and we move that back to Genesis, does anybody know where we would be at in the Bible? This is just like a timeline thing. Just I find it super, super compelling and interesting. So from Jesus to now, 2026 years, we take that back, we put it at Genesis 1. How far into the Bible you think we are? Take a guess. This actually kind of goes into what Tanner's saying here right now. This question Tanner just gave. Somebody give me a guess. We'd be at Job, Egypt, Sodom. We would be at Genesis 13. Right around Genesis 13. Maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later. You can't get exact timelines. But it is pretty insane. Hold on. We got him. So we think that like it's been so long since Jesus came, and we're literally like the equivalent to 13 chapters into the into the very first book of the Bible as far as timeline goes. So that's where it's like, Tanner, like we're called to always be ready, right? Like always be ready for the return of Christ. But at the same point, so we were all sort of right. Yeah, sure. Yep. But at the same point, man, our timelines don't work the same way that God's timeline works, right? These wolves, man. I'm not a fan. Oh. What is that? Yep, we're only in Genesis. I mean, obviously we're not in Genesis now. I said Egypt, and that's where they're traveling to Negev. Donnie, you could be right, man. Lantern. You want to be able to see what's happening on screen? What's your problem? I'm just kidding. Anyway, I just find that interesting and compelling because it's like sometimes we think it's been so long, and in reality, it's like he could come tomorrow. I'm not saying he couldn't come today. He absolutely could if he decides to do that. And I missed. Oh my goodness, I missed again. Right. We're good. We're good. Zach, thanks for following, man. I think we are definitely in end times. Could be, man. I think one of the things, and I'll say this, if anybody continues following or coming back to you're going to hear me say this multiple times. Whatever your view of the end times is, that is going to be a hole that breaks 100%. Oh, didn't even pick it up either. Whatever your view of the end times is, right? I think my question would be, does it lead you to be hopeful, A, to love God and his people more, B, and to pursue like the glory of Christ in your life and to tell people about Jesus? Because if it does anything other than those three things, it's not correct, at least for you. If it leads you to fear and anxiety, it's not the right belief. That's not what Revelation speaks on. That's not what Matthew 24 speaks on. They're both very, very hopeful, prophetic pieces of literature, and we should be hopeful for this stuff coming. You look at like John when he sees the scroll, right? The scroll that when the lamb looking at it as though it has been slain comes forward to open, he breaks the seals, and all of this like apocalyptic stuff starts happening. Excuse me. When he sees that there's no one available to open the scroll, no one worthy to open it, he weeps. He absolutely weeps, and then toward the end, he is like, come, do this soon. We pray that this stuff happens now. So if our belief in the way that the end times is going to happen or the end of things is going to come into place is anything other than hopeful and that drives us to reach more people for Christ, we've got a wrong interpretation of the end. And if it does do those things, praise God, man. Go live it out. Hold to it. That's great. Oh my goodness, this guy is, they don't have much health at all. All right. Main reason being the amount of people converting to Christianity is a big sign. Yeah, I think so. I think it's true. I know more and more young people my age are turning to Christ, and there's no explanation for it. The explanation is that Christ is coming and redeeming souls, man. We get to be a part of that. It's incredible. He is changing hearts. Did we come down this? Am I insane? What's this? Be wary of group. First off, ranged battle. It's a good thing for sure. Yeah, amen. It is. Oh, is this where I fell? I'm getting so confused. I'm lost. I'm lost in a corner. It is 6:35 though my time. I do have to go. I got to go get ready for work. I so appreciate you guys being here. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that God is growing this thing. This is beyond my capacity to even have this. I view myself as generally a boring person, so the fact that anyone wants to come in here and like listen to us read the Bible together is insane to me. But I'm very grateful for it. I'm thankful for all of you. And we'll be back here every single morning. Pops, thanks for being here, man. We're coming tomorrow. We're going to probably do, it may just be chapter 31. Chapter 31 is like the end of Job's defense. And then we go into Elihu. Elihu's been silent up to this point. He is seemingly the youngest friend of all of them. But he like brings just heat for multiple chapters, attacking Job's, I'm going to die. Hold on. Attacking Job's friends, attacking Job himself, and defending God. And so we're going to see what's going to happen with that. But I think tomorrow we'll finish Job's defense, and then we'll jump in with friends like Job's who needs enemies. Amen. Yeah. That's the key right there. Thanks, Josh, man. You too. It's a good way to get into the Word daily and enjoy some gaming. Yeah. Well, that's the whole reason we're doing it. I think this is fairly rare. I don't know if I haven't been able to find many people who game and read at the same time. So, but I appreciate y'all being here. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, cool. Sweet. I don't know where I am now. Okay. 7:30 a.m. Eastern, we'll go through Job 31, and then from there, the next few days, we'll go through Elihu's response, and then God speaks, and I'm stoked to get to the point where God speaks. Very, very excited for that, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I've seen a few of those for sure, Donnie. I've seen a few of those. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for following along. All right, you guys stay blessed. Remember to keep Christ the center focus of your life. Stay in step with the Spirit, and we will see you guys tomorrow, same time.